has been exposed, and the credibility of those who push this hoax is forever broken, and they've now got big problems.
Hi, Bill Nye, the science guy, executive director of the Planetary Society. If we go in this hangar, we'll find a telescope. It's a little unusual. It's mounted on a 747 airplane that flies above 41,000 feet and looks at parts of the sky in the infrared spectrum that we have never seen before.
So the telescope is stable to actually just a few arc seconds while flying. So all the aerodynamic buffeting and everything on it, and it's gyro stabilized. So we would actually have a jitter error that would be no larger than a quarter at about 4 or 5 miles while we're flying in flight. It's pretty phenomenal.
The width of the moon is 30 arc minutes, and this is accurate to
a few arc seconds.
A few arc seconds.
Yes.
So if you could resolve, for example, a pretty small crater on the moon while flying at 500 knots at 41,000 feet where it's fantastically cold outside, right, and get beautiful, crystal clear images.
Yep. Amazing.
Innocent Americans, many of them, they suffered with an elaborate hoax.
The telescope, the instruments are mounted in the cabin, and they basically it's all balanced about this bulkhead. So it's kind of like it's like analogous to on the bulkhead itself. And there's a lot of efforts made to balance the telescope out because that's important for
Their fraud has been exposed.
And there's a spherical bearing that was made in Germany that's just fantastic. It's right there, right in there, and we'll see that down on the airplane. You can actually see part of it. This was we did what we called an observatory characterization flight just before the Short Science 1 flight, which was actually that was November 30th, right? Yeah. And so this again shows this is the Orion nebula, and this is visual light, this is the near infrared, and this is what we got off the SOFIA. And I apologize, you can see where the frames are stitched together.
And the credibility of those who push this hoax is forever broken, and they've now got big problems.
But the last thing that was in this hangar before we moved in, they filmed Pirates of the Caribbean in this hangar.
We've consolidated a number of aircraft here for cost efficiency, and it's working out very well.
My good use of my tax dollars.
Yes, indeed. And a number of missions will launch right out of here to support a whole range of science projects.
I could have told you that 2.5 years ago very easily.
So take a look, everybody. Clipper Lindbergh. Back in the Pan Am days, Pan American, they would christen their aircraft Clippers. And this is the Clipper Lindbergh after Charles Lindbergh. And there's a story associated with that, right?
There is. This airplane was originally christened by Anne Morrow Lindbergh, Charles' wife. And 75 years later, we had Eric Lindbergh, Charles' grandson, come out and re-christen the airplane for a science mission.
An elaborate hoax.
You're telescope crew chief.
Sure. I'm actually the liaison with the DSI guys.
Well, tell us your name.
My name is Gustavo Carreño.
There you go. So, go ahead.
We're going to go back in the telescope cavity. It's a highly sensitive area.
Because of magnetism?
No, just for FOD, the mirror sensitive.
Foreign object and debris?
That's right, FOD.
Big fun. Let's go.
This one passes the infrared light, and the one underneath it is one that passes the visible.
This whole section reels up like a garage door, goes past this mirror onto this great big primary mirror.